Good morning. It's Marshall PC Wabash again, and I was up early in the garden. So today I got a little bit of canning ahead of me, but I'm going to start out with what takes the least amount of time. That's my fresh cut squash right here. We're going to blanch them. The water finally started boiling. Blanch those for 3 minutes and cool. So while they're cooling, I will put in the greens, which not a whole lot there, but I did fill my little strainer up, so maybe I'll get 2 pints if I'm lucky, maybe 3, and that'll bring the total up a little bit. Then I got a mess of string beans I'll be snapping while the greens are cooking. That way I would probably can the string beans next, because they take 20 minutes, and do the greens last while they're just, I'll leave them sitting in the pot until I'm ready to can them up. So the ball canning book, move y'all over here to the pot. The ball canning book says choose young squash. Well, that's all I got in my garden is young squash. I got 2 bushes, and when they come in, they come in. So they're all young. Wash and drain, which I did that. Cut crosswise into slices. Did that already. Now it says blanch 3 minutes, cool. Pack squash into plastic freezer jars, plastic freezer container, or vacuum seal. And that's what I'll be doing to this squash. I will be vacuum sealing because it's just awesome. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put these in now. Water's boiling. Try not to burn my hands up. There we go. One more. Boom. Now we're going to hit the timer, which I already, well, I have preset, must have timed out. And there we go, 3 minutes. Get my handy dandy big spatula here. Give these guys a turn. That way they get full coverage during the blanching process. Then it says cool afterwards. Let's see. Yes, I did. I'm going to take this strainer and this mixing bowl, and I'll put this strainer in the mixing bowl. That way when I pull these out, I can set them in there and they won't be sitting in hot water. It can just drain out the bottom, because the bowl is round but my strainer's got this raised bottom, so it gives a place for the water to sit. Then I use this to catch the tail ends and the tips when I snap these beans over here. Alright, so we got 1:44 left on the blanching process. Now, I looked it up in the book. Blanching is a technique where you bring your water to boil, cut in a vegetable or put in a vegetable that you can blanch, because some of them you got to can to kill the bacteria. Some of them you can blanch and it'll stop the, according to that, it stops the enzyme growth. So what we're doing is basically killing whatever enzymes are in the squash. Then we're going to pull them out, let them cool off. I've pretty much got my canning station or my vacuum packing station set up, but I'm looking for my older. I have 2 vacuum packers. One, the original one I bought back in 2000 when they first put them on the market, and they were still doing infomercials on them. I'll tell you what, it did everything that infomercial said. Because if anybody knows me, I'm going to give it a test. As soon as I got home, I cut me a bag out. I put 12 empty aluminum cans in there and hit the button. It crushed them puppies down like pancakes. Just sucked everything out of it, crushed them down, and it was pretty cool. I said, alright. And I've been using that for the last 22 years. It's a great vacuum packer. It's the simplest one that came out with it. Push a button, seal it. But sometimes I guess simple is better, because this one's got some bells and whistles on it and don't work half as good as the original model did. Alright, so we blanched them up. I'm going to set them in this here strainer, and I'm going to let them drain. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get me some new water and get the greens cooking. And then I'll probably get some more water, have it on the side ready on. Well, I don't need to do that yet. Well, I guess I do, because string beans take water too. But I'll get my canner going, it's 2 inches of water in it, so it can start coming up to getting that water up to temperature. Alright, well, we're cooling squash. As you can see, it's piping hot. I'll turn that off, get some new water, and get some greens put on. Alright, it's Marshall PC Woolbag. I'm out till greens come around. Later. Now, no, I said I didn't like this one, but I can't find my other one. I might have given it to my son, I don't know. But the one thing this excels at is cutting the bag itself, because I love to cut my own bag. All you can do is press down and bring it over. But first you got to get it in the right groove. I didn't have it in the right groove. There we go. There's a nice even cut. So next we're gonna make the bottom seal. So we press down until the light goes out. And then we come back, and I think I got it out. It'll be putting 2 cups in each one, because that's what the go low plane calls for a vegetable, and there's 2 of us doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and make proportions for supper or whatever vegetable option is on the menu for that day. So I'm just going to go ahead and make up 3 bags, because I don't think I got too much over that, if I got this much. And then we'll get it all vacuumed up, or I might just set it in the freezer for now and harden it up, because it still has a lot of liquid in it. So learned over the years and reading the instruction book at the time is freeze it for about an hour so all the moisture can harden up and you can really get a good suction on it to vacuum it and not have to worry about the water. So what I like to do is fold out, or yeah, I guess it's folding out the outside the bag. That way, when I fold it back, this part that's going to get sealed will be dry. Alright, so we got blanched up. Washed my hands already. And that's 1 cup, so that's 1 serving for one of us. Ooh, a little warm down here, that's where the water drains. And that's another cup, so that's 1 meal, which is 2 cups. So we'll put another one in. I might get 3 out of this. Alright, another one. And another. Alright. There's 2 meals. Oh shoot, I did that wrong. Didn't measure. But that's okay. There ain't nothing that can't be corrected for right now. Alright. Another meal. Throw them in the pot. That's 3. Looks like we're going to have 1 left. So, I could split that up, but I'm not. I'm just going to make a small bag. That way we can add another vegetable, like a cucumber or a corn or something. Right now, those complete serving of squash. 1 cup per person. Oh, we might make 2. There's 1. I think this would be close enough to call it 4 meals. By the time it cooks, add a little onion to that, it'll be good. Alright. That ain't a bad little haul. Got 4 complete servings for 2 people. Now, what I'm going to do is freeze it for a little while, I believe. So, the question is where I want to freeze it. I'm not going to use this anymore today. So, I unplug it. I keep my little power strip behind the freezer here. There's nothing plugged into it. I just keep it behind me. Oh. Sometimes it retracts on its own. So what I'm going to do is take all this and give it a little pre-freeze, which is always good. Flatten it right now, because when you vacuum pack it and it's frozen already flat, you can kind of put it in your freezer and stack it up or line them up like books. Get you a milk crate and just line them up side by side, and it really does save on the freezer space. So I want to kind of flatten them out a little bit, and then we're going to put them in the refrigerator for about maybe till I get the beans snapped up, and get the got the greens cooking, get the beans snapped up and put in the canner. Then we'll come back and revisit the squash while they're hardening up. Alright, it's Marshall PC Wabash. Be back in a bit. Later. Alright, this is Marshall PC Wabash back with a continuation from this morning. I've been canning string beans and a little bit of greens today, and look what I found. I found my original vacuum packer. It was upstairs with the rest of my canned stuff. It was a good place for it. So, anyways, these squash have been in the freezer for a good while. We blanched them for 3 minutes, and then we put them in the freezer to tighten up. So now we're just going to go ahead and vacuum pack. Green light comes on, and when it goes off, we're good. Look at that, that just sucks it right down and nothing. The green light is off. We're going to double seal it. hard time sealing it because it's still a little loose. So, there is a trick to this. Really no reason why it shouldn't have been frozen already. So, like I said, there is a trick where you can take this little paper towel and fold it in half. And what that's going to do, it's going to suck that air up through that towel section, which is going to absorb the water, and then we're going to be able to seal it anyway. See right there, it absorbed it. But now we got our seal we was looking for to start with. And I guess we're going to have to do that on every one. So that's a little trick in case you didn't know about the paper towel thing. You got a vacuum packer and wonder why you can't get it to seal up sometimes. There we go. Now we got a double seal on it. Them puppies are packed. Now we got a couple more bags to do. And I guess they'll all be pretty much in the same boat. But that's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the paper towel thing and all of it. Go. Perfect. All the air is sucked out of it. Now all we need to do is seal it up. I'll do the newer one that I got with a little bit more bells and whistles on. This thing don't play. Alright, well, we're down to our last bag. I'm down to my last can in my last jar in the pressure can back there. So overall today's haul wasn't a bad deal. We got 4 suppers of squash, 5 pints of string beans, and 1 pint of greens. So that's pretty good. Alright. And you know who's gonna come see me. That right there. All things rock. She gotta come check on me. Alright, well, this is Marshall and Roxy. We're out.